Hi, Karen Curry Parker here, and I just want to talk about one little thing. I think that sometimes when we are focused on the concept of abundance and we're working on creating and moving towards success, I think a lot of us feel guilty or bad or even selfish for focusing on ourselves when we could be focusing on being of service and doing things for other people in the world. Sometimes I find that people say to me that they feel powerless to make a change in the world and that they don't really want to be working on their own stuff. They want to be helping the world, healing the world, making a difference for people who are in genuine, painful, lack-based realities. And it's hard. It's hard when you understand and you know that this is what's going on the planet. I frankly don't think that there's any kind of process you can go through to ignore the fact that there are people on this planet who are really hurting, who are frightened and struggling on a day-to-day level with survival. And it's difficult sometimes to know what you can do to make a change. I am not in any way suggesting that we don't need to do the concrete physical work to make a difference in the world. We absolutely do. Children need to be fed. People need to have water, education, safety, opportunities, no doubt about it. And I also know that for us to do this work and to create the energetic shifts necessary on the planet for this to become a reality for people who don't have this, we also have to do our own individual work. Your consciousness, the forces that drive you, your attitudes towards life, the energies that you have to manifest in the world, the expression of yourself as yourself, you are a key piece to the puzzle in the world. Here's two things I want you to think about. Number one, a lot of my students hate me for using this metaphor, but I have yet to come up with one that's better than this. In my house, I have a dog, a crazy dog. I have 2 cats. I have 5 kids, 3 stepdaughters, so 8 kids total. In our house, a puzzle has a very short lifespan. And when you put a puzzle together and there are pieces missing, or there are pieces that have been jammed into the wrong spot, or, somebody has gotten frustrated and stomped and wrecked the puzzle, the puzzle pieces, the puzzle is only as beautiful as the sum total of the pieces. When you put a puzzle together and there, pieces are missing, it affects the whole picture of the puzzle. I believe that the nature of abundance on this planet is just like that puzzle. That when you're not in the world fulfilling your place in the puzzle, when you are jamming yourself in the wrong place, trying to fit in where you don't belong, or you're lost and you're under the couch and you're not even on the table where the puzzle is, you're affecting the entire face of the puzzle. You fully activating your abundance is the greatest gift you can give to the world. You complete the puzzle of abundance, the puzzle of humanity. It's kind of like this. Right now on this planet, we are still working in a consciousness of lack. If we weren't, we wouldn't have the manifestations of some of the painful suffering that we see if you flip open your CNN news page. You don't need to go far to look for evidence, unfortunately. The critical mass, the majority of the level of consciousness is going to influence what's made manifest. If 51% of us are still operating from a place of lack, if 51% of us are not in the right place in the puzzle, it's going to affect the entire expression of how the puzzle gets brought out into form. The more people shift individually towards abundance and assume their right place in the puzzle, and don't just take that place in the puzzle, but really fill that place in the puzzle, the more of us that move into a consciousness of abundance, the more of us move into a place where we know and trust that there's a divine solution to all of the suffering on the planet, and that we know how to access that by tapping not only into the brilliance of our minds, but tapping into our hearts and our intuition. The more of us who create that vibrational frequency, the more we add to the collective consciousness of abundance, and the more we swing that collective consciousness towards a critical mass. the more we change the face of what's happening on this planet. You being you being the full expression of yourself and the full manifestation of the abundance that's available to you is the greatest gift you can give to the world and the most powerful thing that you can do to make the world a better place. Now, I'm going to tell you one other bonus point, okay? When you do fully activate your abundance, and this is in the chart, it's in the nature of our hardwiring. We are designed, when we fully activate our abundance, it is our natural tendency and inclination not to be greedy and horrible, which, is kind of the myth that's perpetuated about success and abundance. But instead, our natural tendency is to turn around and share what we've created with other people. It's the nature of being human. This is the truth of who we are. We are a generous, loving, unified group of creatures on this planet. The natural tendency is for us is to want to make the world a better place. The more you have to give, the more in alignment you are with your abundance, the more you're going to want and have the capacity and the power and the energy to turn around and make a difference for your fellow human. I just think that's really beautiful. So, I really celebrate your abundance. I really encourage you to do whatever you can to activate it in whatever way feels right to you. And I celebrate the place that you take in the divine puzzle of man. I look forward to watching you prosper.